Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to Coffee with the Pastors. Another beautiful day outside. Audrey and I are going to start just a week-long series for Coffee with the Pastors on some of our favorite scriptures. So each of us is going to choose an Old Testament and a New Testament scripture and talk a little bit about why it's so significant to us. You want to say hi?
Yeah, show off your boo-boo.
Oh yeah, you look brutal, kid. So Audrey's Old Testament text that she's chosen is Psalm 1. So I'll read it for Audrey and then she can talk about it. Psalm 1. Happy are those who do not follow the advice of the wicked, or take the path that sinners tread, or sit in the seat of scoffers. But their delight is in the law of the Lord, and on his law they meditate day and night. They are like trees planted by streams of water, which yield their fruit in their season, and their leaves do not wither. In all that they do, they prosper. The wicked are not so, but are like chaff that the wind drives away. Therefore the wicked will not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord watches over the way of the righteous, but the way of the wicked will perish.
So I like this psalm for a couple reasons. One, I love the whole book of Psalms, and this is really meant to be kind of the introduction to the book of Psalms, and it's laying out two ways of life. One is obviously the way of the righteous, and one is the way of the wicked. And basically the rest of the book of Psalms is going to be talking about those two ways of being. And it makes me, of course, being a Christian, thinking about the early followers of Jesus talking about themselves as the way, that lifestyles of faith are meant to be holistic. They're meant to be a whole way of being. So the righteous in this text are imaged like a tree that's planted by water, and its roots are constantly being sustained by water that's running, so that even it doesn't matter what else is going on. Maybe there's a drought and there hasn't been rain, the tree itself will still thrive and bear fruit because of the way it's rooted. So it's both a calling to be rooted in something that's life-giving, and it's a holistic view of how we are to be faithful in life by following the way. So I like that one because of those things, and it's called to be like a tree. Right, Nita? So, Tim will share his favorite Old Testament scripture tomorrow, but we've got some jokes to share. We've kind of like run out of the religious jokes.
There's only so many Bible jokes.
Yeah, so we're just gonna go to really bad jokes. And I recently inherited
Oh no.
two joke books from my grandparents. So these are not only bad jokes, but they're classic bad jokes. So I've got one for me and one for you.
Oh boy, I haven't seen it, so.
All right. If fruit comes from a fruit tree, see why I chose this one.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of a sorry, let's start over. If fruit comes from a fruit tree, what kind of tree does a chicken come from? A poultry.
A poultry. Poultry. Oh.
I like
Say
that.
haha, Anita. Haha.
Okay.
She didn't like it.
This one's for you.
Why do male deer need braces? Because they have buck teeth. Thanks, Audrey.
You're welcome. Well, have a lovely day. See you back
y'all.
here tomorrow.